Hello and welcome back to the Excavation of Hob's Barrow. Last time we finally met Mr. Shoulder and had a very interesting conversation with him that I will say didn't really solve many of our questions, didn't answer many of our questions, but maybe created more questions. But now I wanted to check further into this direction.
The day was starting to test me. The word coincidence felt insufficient to explain what was happening.
That's an understatement.
It was after that first conversation with Leonard's shoulder that I started entertaining thoughts of a truly irrational nature. What if my dream wasn't just a dream? What if it was all more than simple coincidence? What if that thing really could help my father? Good day, little one.
Oh yeah, there we have that
Hello?
blonde girl.
What's this? A fiddle bow? There's no string.
Introduce ourselves.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours? Don't be shy. I don't mean you any harm. What are you doing out here all alone on the moors?
Oh,
Do you live here? Would you like me to fix your bow so you can play your fiddle again? Yes? Hey! Most peculiar. Perhaps I can mend the bow for her.
yeah,
If
maybe.
memories of my childhood violin lessons serve me right, bowstring is made from animal hair coated in a waxy resin. The strings don't vibrate without it.
Now, we do have a waxy resin.
I should apply this to the...
Yeah. But we don't have animal hair. Let's look around. I think Leonard's shoulder said that he would be going back to inn, right?
Good day. Hey?
Hey up.
Yeah, do you know anything about a goblin's
I
daughter?
met a girl at the Devil's Toe. She gave me this broken fiddle bow.
Ha! Well, you've experienced the local folklore firsthand then, lass.
Ever heard of the sax knot?
Does the name sax knot mean anything to you?
Never heard of it. What is it?
Never mind. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
I doubt it, but might as well ask him if he can fix fiddle bow.
I'm not sure they would be interested.
Wasn't there somewhere some sheep? I'm not sure if sheep wool works.
No one here.
Maybe the postmaster's back with his horse? Would be helpful.
I don't need to go in there again.
Maybe the cat? Cat hair? Question would be where the cat is right now. Oh, there's the horse.
Horsehair would make fine bowstring.
Careful.
She almost took my head off. I could certainly use the knife to cut some hair from her tail, but I'm gonna have to gain her trust unless I want a hoof to the nose.
Okay. Do you have like an apple? I think a worm helps here.
Good day.
I'm still setting up my stall. Come back later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thought maybe she saw me an apple or something. This does look like an apple tree up there, but... maybe the berries? That would also be... that we saw.
Nobody home.
The witch's hut. Let's also check in here. See if anything is going on in here. Is that a shoulder?
Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
It's bad, but...
I've still not been able to gain permission to excavate from Mr. Bryden.
Is that so? Perhaps you could show him something that might change his mind.
Yeah, tell me more about the sax
What else
knot.
can you tell me about this sax knot?
Try not to worry yourself too much with these old stories. Leave those to the locals, Miss Bateman.
Have others spoken of goblins appearing in their dreams?
A dream is a dream, that is all. They merely make for good stories.
I
don't know about
know.
that.
But to answer your question,
We have our doubt
not
at
to
this
my
point.
knowledge.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm sure the locals have filled you in already, lass.
You cut quite the mysterious figure. Most had little to say.
It's true, I do tend to keep my head down. When one gets to my age, one grows very comfortable in one's home. I like the isolation of the moors. I wouldn't change it for anything.
I take it you don't get many visitors.
Oh no, nobody bothers me. That's the perk of living so far out, huh? Just me and me hens. I used to come into Bewlay more often, back before my health went to bugger, eh?
What do you think of Bewlay?
Whilst one could consider the villages to be rather unenlightened, this place has its charm. The market's in town today. You can see that folk want fun out here.
Fair.
Is there anything else I should know about Hob's Barrow,
Yeah.
Mr. Shoulder?
Any more
No,
information?
lass. I'm certain we will know a lot more about it by this time tomorrow.
I hope so.
Anything else about the previous excavation?
What else can you tell me about the previous excavation?
I think I covered it earlier, Miss Bateman. As you yourself said, it were a time of superstitious hysteria.
What was it like, living in that period of hysteria?
I kept to myself. It didn't really affect me. My hens stayed healthy and their eggs kept me well fed. If one can keep a level head in such situations, one can get by.
Indeed. Is there anything else I should be aware of before my own excavation? No other ghouls I should be worried about?
Yeah.
You know the answer to that. The corruption in that soil were all in the minds of men.
What do you make of Lord
Yeah.
Panswick?
His lordship is an important man in Bewlay, as I'm sure you have gathered. His family has commanded much respect here for many generations.
Do you respect him as a leader?
I do. He wants the best for the village. Without his influence, the railway line would have never come through here.
Does he want more visitors?
Aye, I believe so. He has great ambitions for Bewlay and wants to share them with the world.
Okay. And what do you make of Mildred Walker?
What do you make of Mildred Walker?
Who?
I believe she's also known as Mother Mildred.
Oh, we used to get about when we were children. Our paths have not crossed in a long while.
What Charles
What do you
Bryden?
think of Charles Bryden?
He is a decent man. It must have been hard for him after that terrible business with his brother.
Without a doubt. I must say I had assumed you had at least spoken to him about my visit.
Sorry, lass, I had no intention of giving you the runaround. Again, I can only apologize.
Something is definitely off.
If you don't mind me asking,
Yeah.
what is the nature of your ongoing illness?
Oh, just the ravages of age. Getting off this bench will be a small battle in itself. Something you won't need to worry about for many a year, Miss Bateman.
Growing old is a blessing and a curse. And what of your recent fever?
An ordeal it were. So much tossing and turning. But I'm right as rain now, especially after a mug of ale. Don't worry about me.
You also didn't see anyone in this cottage at all.
What are Lord Panswick's plans for Bewlay?
He's rebuilding an old chapel on his estate. He seeks to bring God back to these lands.
But what of St. Edmunds? I think Father Roach might argue God has never left.
Indeed. Let's leave such arguments to them, shall we?
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. We will speak more later.
So we will.
You found old Leonard, I see.
I did.
Yes, finally. Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
No, I can't say it does.
Goodbye.
Okay.
See you soon.
Who's
He
that?
appears to be lost in deep thought. Hello there.
Yes.
Yes. We're Thomasina Bateman.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ted? Ted Cross?
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you a local, Mr. Cross?
Oh no, I'm just passing through. I'm a musician. Just myself, me guitar and me horse.
Are.
Are you a travelling musician?
Aye. I've been playing a new song tonight. I've just finished the lyrics.
What's it about?
You'll have to come listen.
Okay.
Is that your horse stationed in the alley?
Aye. Thistlecrack is her name.
That's an unusual name
Thistlecrack.
for a horse.
Aye. It were what she were called when I bought her. Glutton would be a better name. She likes her treats. But it feels wrong to change it.
Okay, she likes her treats. That's good to know.
What do you make of Bewlay?
Can't say that I know much about this place. I don't usually travel this far south.
I see. Have you heard of a place called Hob's Barrow?
Can't say I have, miss. What is it?
Never mind. Thank
Okay.
you for your time.
At least
Make
now
sure you watch my performance later, won't you?
we sure
I'll
will.
try.
Now we at least know that the horse likes treats. Which is good. But also what I assume from the get-go that we need to find some sort of treat. Question is, what do we come up with? I thought about the berries close to Mildred's house. This looks like the old lady with her baked goods.
Good day, James.
My dear.
How is your painting coming along?
Quite well, but it needs more work. I'm aching to show you, but I must restrain myself.
Goodbye.
See you soon, my dear.
How about these flowers? Or the shrub?
The delicate flowers smell rather sweet.
Mm, you have a knife now?
That's a peculiar idea.
Ah, that's some. Hey, I guess not. Arthur is gone too, after staring into the woods creepily. The fox.
What are those berries you're picking?
An ancient breed, no good for eating. However, they do have some medicinal qualities.
I see. Hello again. Mr. Shoulder told me about a folk tale associated with Hob's Barrow. It tells of Saxnot, a goblin. Are you familiar with it?
No doubt there is such a tale. Name any beastie you can think of, and someone round here will have a story about it.
My thoughts precisely. Farewell.
Okay, that was not super helpful. Okay, we need to find some sort of treat.
I shan't be visiting the badgers again.
Okay. Back here. Doubt it's a worm. We already have a worm. Oh, got a flashback. That's a good sign. Usually means some sort of progress.
Mummy?
What are we doing here?
Get away from the fire, Thomasina.
What are you burning?
Nothing. Just waste. Now go inside.
That's weird.
Abrax. Mummy, what is this?
Waste. Burn it.
Maybe our father's notes or something that she blames for what happened. That's Mr. Bright.
Good day, Mr. Bryden.
Miss,
I...
I'll stop you there. I know what you're going to ask. No, I haven't changed my mind. There'll be no digging here, lass.
Mr. Bryden, allow me to explain. There has been an astonishing development this morning.
Yes?
My father was with your brother during the excavation.
Oh.
Yes. Can you believe it? I had no idea he had been here.
The answer's still no, lass.
Oh,
I
come
saw what
on.
happened to poor Samuel. I won't risk the same happening to anyone else.
But...
That's enough now. You can feast your eyes on that hovel to your heart's content, but there'll be no digging.
Come on.
No questions. I'm not interested.
But...
Off with you.
Can I stab him?
I don't wish to give that away.
I mean, what's the thought?
What do you make of this
Yeah.
stone, Mr. Bryden? It was strapped to my father's journal.
Wait a minute. Let me see that. By God. Wait here a moment. I need to get something from inside.
Okay. I was just curious
I
if he has
waited
any
for what
further
felt like an
information.
age. I now realise that Mr. Bryden must have been in a great debate with himself, wondering whether or not to share his own piece of the mystery with me. The goat stared at me, seemingly in pity, as I stood there in that rolling fog. Finally, Mr. Bryden emerged.
Now then, as far as I know, what I have here is the only thing that Samuel brought back from Barrow. Take a look.
It's another
Incredible!
stone
A
with
pear!
as on it.
That's been in my drawer ever since Samuel passed.
Snakes?
I suppose it might be important,
Worms?
so I kept it safe.
I mean, we have one
Fate
with
is clearly
chicken,
playing a
and
part
there are
in your
chicken
arrival,
around here.
lass.
We have one with
Please,
worms,
Mr.
maybe?
Bryden, allow
worms
me to
around here?
excavate Hob's Barrow, a place that is no more than dirt and stone.
You're not gonna give up, are you, lass?
I'm not.
Samuel managed to say one thing about those men that helped him. I think it's time I tell you.
Yes?
He stuttered out that one of those fellows could barely walk after they got out of there. Tongue-tied too, the man were.
My father.
You what?
My father. He had an accident around 25 years ago that left him bedbound and unable to talk.
Aye, could be him.
My
Could be
mother
him.
told me it happened in a horse riding accident.
Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. Something unnatural occurred, I know it.
Mr. Bryden, we must rely on our rational faculties to explain any...
Promise me you'll be careful. Any sign of trouble, leave without hesitation, and we board that accursed place up again. Understood?
Wait, you're giving me permission to excavate?
Aye. Against me better judgment. I don't have the energy to stop you, lass.
Thank you so much. I am grateful.
Don't make me regret my decision. Take Samuel's stone.
Are you
Okay.
sure?
Aye. Give it back to me when you're finished, though.
I promise. Thank you. I'll be sure to show you my discoveries, Mr. Bryden.
I'd rather you don't. Now then, I've got things to get on with.
I don't suppose you can spare any labour to help me with the dig?
Don't push your luck, lass.
Yeah, that's a
Market's
little
on
much.
today. Plenty of able-bodied men about. Ta-ra now.
We probably need to get back
And
to
like
town.
that,
Oh.
I finally had permission to excavate Hob's Barrow. As exciting as that was, I was distracted by what Mr. Bryden said of his brother's associate. There was no doubt in my mind that father was the stricken man he spoke of. You told me he was crippled after coming off his horse. Why did you lie to me? To protect me? To stop me from following in his footsteps? You failed. And so did Charles Bryden. He should have said no. He should have never given me that stone.
Very ominous. I think we probably have to head back to town to talk to Mr. Shoulder. We now have the permission, and we probably also need our equipment. I cut. Goat free. Pull the goat. Oh no.
This is not mine.
I could also. No, let's first go back. Let's go back. And if the market is now on, maybe we can get some apples or something. Oh yeah, okay. Miss Tompkins.
Miss Tompkins looks more anxious every time I see her. Hello, Miss Tompkins.
Hello.
We weren't introduced earlier. My name is Thomasina.
Ma'am?
Tell me about yourself.
How do you fare, Miss Tompkins?
I'm waiting for Mr. Ambrose. Have you seen him?
Who's that?
The milkman. Miss Fenchurch will be ever so cross if I've no milk for his lordship.
I'm afraid I haven't seen him.
Can you tell me more about the Lord?
You are in the employ of Lord Panswick.
Aye, he employs Arthur Bewlay in one way or another.
I'm in need of some help for my excavation. Do you think his lordship could lend me some of his labourers?
Maybe.
Might you introduce me to him?
Sorry, ma'am, but his lordship doesn't take visitors. Any road, I must wait here for Mr. Ambrose. Miss Fenchurch will be ever so cross if I've no milk for his lordship.
If Mr. Ambrose doesn't turn up, and I find you some milk, would you be able to introduce me to Lord Panswick?
His lordship really doesn't like visitors, ma'am.
I'll take the risk.
Miss Fenchurch will be cross with me. But she'll be even crosser if I come back without fresh milk.
So, do we have a deal?
Aye, bring me some milk and I'll take you to his lordship.
Thank you.
But hopefully Mr. Ambrose will arrive soon.
Wasn't the goat milked?
Have you been waiting long for Mr. Ambrose?
Aye, he should have been here a good 2 hours ago. He's here every market day, you see. He sells only the freshest milk. Miss Fenchurch swears by it. I hope misfortune hasn't befallen him on his way here.
I'm sure he will turn up.
Oh, I hope so.
Are you familiar with Hob's Barrow?
What's that?
Never mind.
Okay.
What do you make of these stones?
Oh, gives me the creeps.
Yeah, me too.
Why?
Dunno, just a feeling.
Who is Miss Fenchurch?
His lordship's housekeeper.
I'll let you know if I find some fresh milk.
Thank you, ma'am. But tell me if you see Mr. Ambrose, won't you?
I
will.
will.
Mutton pies!
Good day.
Hey up.
What do you make of these stones?
Don't look like out to me.
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
I'm a blacksmith, not a cattle farmer.
That's fair.
Quite. Thanks for your time.
Aye.
I think
Speak
the
to you
bride and
later.
goat was used to, like, did we check out the bucket before and it smelled like old milk? So,
Can I interest you in a pie? Finest mutton in all the county. 2p each.
No, thank you.
You're missing out.
yeah, I mean, we don't have anything to buy. Plus, I don't think
Good
the horse
day.
would be interested in
Freshly picked apples, miss.
mutton pie.
Would you like to try one on the house, like?
Yeah,
Yes, please.
Here you are, miss.
okay, we got
The
an
apple
apple.
looks somewhat rotten. It's riddled with holes.
Not great.
Good day.
How did you like?
I'm afraid it is rather rotten.
Hey up. That's slander, that is. Don't you be going round telling folk I'm handing out rotten apples.
Not slander if it's
The
true.
produce is not mine to take. Good day.
Fresh produce.
What have you got for sale?
Yeah.
I'm selling meat, vegetables, and all sorts of herbs and things. You're welcome to have a gander.
I'll be sure to browse. Do you have any milk for sale?
Not today, sorry.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, miss.
Hurrah.
Various chards and beets. Not tempting. A decent selection of cuts and sausages. I'm not hungry. Tins of corned beef. Ghastly.
Ghastly.
The box is full of various sprouts and onions. Nothing particularly tempting.
See if the horse likes the rotten apple. It's a horse, right? It's not a gourmet.
Hey girl, would you like an apple? She is completely indifferent. Perhaps the apple is too spoiled for her liking.
Maybe the horse is too spoiled.
Joe, perhaps you've had enough sugar?
Don't you start an all.
Ooh, we can maybe use the sugar.
Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
Mr. Bryden has given me permission to excavate Hob's Barrow.
Marvellous. I'm sorry you've had to sort all this out in my absence. When do we start?
Tomorrow, I hope. But first I need to recruit some locals to assist with the dig. It's too much work for me to do on my own.
I see. Bewlay has its fair share of strapping young lads. You'll find assistance, Miss Bateman.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Not sure if I am.
Hands off me, sugar.
I think this is supposed to be for all the patrons, sir.
I said hands off.
Come on, Joe. Be nice to our visitors.
Ha! This place has gone to buggery.
Got some.
Hello?
Oh, aye, she's back again. Can't a man drink his tea in peace? There's nowt for you here, lass.
Okay, gee.
Horrible man. How
Yeah.
many more sugar cubes is he going to add to his tea? He'll
Yeah.
have no teeth left by the end of the day.
You want some tea with your sugar? Sure.
Here, girl. Eat this. Good girl. Hopefully that's gained some trust between us.
Hopefully.
I've managed to cut off a few lengthy strands.
Very nice. Now we can combine the resin.
There we are. This should make sufficient bowstring now.
Combine this.
I've done it. The bowstring seems to hold on sufficiently.
Awesome.
I certainly don't wish to touch it.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Fresh and steamy.
Steamy?
Delightful. I believe a horse to be the culprit.
Okay, let's see if we can find the little girl. Here somewhere, I assume. There she is.
Look what I have for you.
Oh, he's running. Ooh. He's going hard. Uh-oh. Purple Doom World. Oh no, what happened?
My head is spinning. What happened?
Good question.
Hello? Where did she go? The girl left her fiddle behind. I'll take it with me in case I see her again. I want to understand what just happened.
Yeah.
What a peculiar name, the Devil's Toe. I can't quite see the resemblance myself.
That was strange. I want to see if I can get some milk from the goat.
The empty bucket smells of rancid milk. I should ask Mr. Bryden for permission before attempting to milk his goat.
Okay, let's do that.
What do you want?
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
If you can get any milk out of old Eunice, you're welcome to it.
Eunice?
Eunice?
Me goat. Good luck.
Okay.
All right, we're doing this.
Uh-oh. Oh, what? Whoa! Assume that Samuel.
I'm not sure what that was. I don't know what's happening to me. All this superstitious nonsense must be getting to my head.
And he feels that way.
I'm not going near that thing again. I'm not going near...
Oh. You have a bucket now. Interesting. Worrying, but interesting.
I should ask Mr. Bryden if he could milk the goat for me.
Oh. Okay.
Well, did you get any milk out of her?
I tried,
just visions.
and failed miserably.
She's a temperamental beast.
Perhaps you could milk her for me?
I'd like to help you, lass, but I've just had a flare-up in me joints. I've worked myself too hard this morning. I couldn't bend down to save myself.
Is there anything I can do to help?
My wife would say I'm beyond any help, I'm certain of that. But if you know of any remedies for aching joints, please send them my way.
I'll see what I can do, Mr. Bryden.
I'm going to rest for a while. Ta-ra now.
That's maybe something Mildred can help with. And she's the lady for the remedies. Uh-oh. More flashbacks.
Daddy, I have something for you. I do hope you remember it. I've taken great care of it. I'll fetch it for you now, all right? I have a surprise for Daddy. Daddy, you must remember this. The day that started it all. It's the red urn you buried in the garden for me. My first ever excavation. Where should I put it? Mother took away all the knickknacks that used to sit on these shelves. The pot might look nicer a little closer to the light anyway.
Here?
Perfect. It will catch the light from your lamp so nicely. There. I'm going to become a great barrow digger just like you. I hope the pot reminds you of those adventures we had together when I was a child, and how thankful I am for everything you've taught me. Now I must tell you about my visit to Pallinghurst. I found an arrowhead.
Mildred?
Good day.
Yes?
There's something, for joint pain.
Do you know of any remedies for aching joints?
You're too young to be suffering from this, surely.
It's for someone else, Mr. Bryden.
Yes, yes. I know just the poultice.
Capital. May I have some?
Well, I don't have the ingredients, I'm afraid.
What do you need to make it?
It's a simple blend made of natural elements. Elderflower and flirtwort. I can make the poultice for you if you bring me these things. Then it just needs to be applied directly to the joints. That should ease his burden.
Thank you. Where can I find some flirtwort?
Flirtwort is not commonly found around Bewlay. It's a perennial shrub that bears small white flowers.
That's
You
near the
might
back.
find some growing out on moors if you're lucky.
Thank you.
What about elderflower?
Where can I find some elderflower?
There used to be quite a few elder plants growing here in Herne Wood, but they've long since gone. Nowadays, you might find the shrub growing within a hedgerow or a private garden.
I see. What does elderflower look like?
Elderflowers are small, white, and grow in clumps on the elder shrub. Elder shrubs can grow in all shapes and sizes. Just look out for the clumps of tiny white flowers.
Okay.
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
No, sorry.
Not to worry. Farewell.
Well, I know where to find one of them. I think at least. Okay, the painter is gone.
This looks like it might be elderflower. No, that won't achieve anything useful.
Just pick it.
This looks like it might be elderflower. I'll take some.
Okay. Oh. The vicar.
Excuse me, Miss Bateman. I'm in something of a hurry. Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. Which work is that quote from?
Romeo and Juliet. Oh, he's gone.
Okay, he is very busy indeed.
It's locked.
Wasn't there like flowers here?
The flowers have long since dried out. I don't want them. Those have seen better days.
Thought maybe. It's Duplancy.
This must belong to Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy is a kind, God-fearing woman.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. Duplancy.
If you're looking for Father Roach, he won't be back until tomorrow.
Where did he go?
Where is Father Roach?
You might have noticed the good father has a green thumb. He's gone to visit his friend in the countryside to purchase some seedlings for his tower garden.
Oh, a tower garden, you say?
Where is Father Roach's tower garden?
Why, on top of St. Edmund's, of course. He's got a lovely collection of cuttings up there. You'll have to ask him to show you.
It does sound rather pleasant. It's a shame he's not around.
Well, he does have a spare key for the tower door somewhere.
Do you know where?
Do you know where Father Roach keeps his spare key?
No, that's his business. If I did know, I'd fetch it myself and take you up there.
Not to worry.
I do recall him saying he hid it outside somewhere, for safekeeping, like. Were it in the graveyard? Oh, I don't know. Best wait till he gets back, pet.
Okay.
I found out my father visited Bewlay some 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
Bateman? William Bateman? I remember a William Baldwin. He were a right miserable sod.
My father was only in Bewlay briefly, from what I understand. I'm trying to piece together what he was doing here.
You'll have to ask him. I don't recall anyone of that name.
You know anything about the previous excavation?
My father took part in an excavation at Hobbs Barrow.
You haven't seen her in a while.
Do you recall the excavation?
I concern myself only with matters related to the church. I'm sorry I can't be more helpful.
What do you make of these stones?
They are not Christian. I'm certain of that.
I agree. Much older, I feel.
Older than Christianity? Oh, the youth of today.
These box pews are most unusual. I've never seen any quite so tall.
We Bewlay folk like our privacy. Many of the pews are owned by individual families.
Some might accuse you of hiding secrets.
Now, pet.
I jest.
At my age, it's hard to climb in and out of them. I'd rather stand.
Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
Is that a village near Erdlaw?
No, never mind.
Oh yeah, she's that mythical worm.
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
I don't, pet.
Not to worry. Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
Okay. We now found out that he has a spare key. There's Tower Garden.
In memory of George Paxton. This plaque is surrounded by cracking plaster. In memory of William Ager. This plaque. In memory of Romeo Hegg, dearly missed by his beloved Juliet. This plaque is surrounded by cracking plaster.
You like that? Can we maybe... He's...
I think I can chip away at this plaster.
Yeah. That was my idea, my first idea when I was thinking where he could hide it. Because these plaques stood out to me when I got here first, and obviously he's the Shakespeare guy.
There's a key behind here. This has to be Father Roach's spare.
Sometimes I can be smart.
That's a peculiar...
Okay, so we can't just randomly break open the other one.
Capital.
Capital. Hope there's an elevator. Okay.
A small label on the pot reads Flirtwort. This is just what I need.
Perfect. Else up here.
wild garlic, fennel, corn mint, borage. Quite the collection.
Don't think there's anything else up here. Go back down.
I should put the key back.
Okay.
There. I hope that stays on.
Very nice. I think this is a good time to take a break, and then next time we will deliver those ingredients to Mildred, hopefully get that poultice, to eventually get the goat milk, to deliver that milk to the lady, to then go to the Lord, to then get some help, and to then do the excavation. I think that's the game plan. Thank you all for watching today's episode of the Excavation of Hob's Barrow. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a like, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, share the video with friends, family, and the people on the internet. That all helps me out a whole bunch and will bring you more content in the future. I will be back with more The Excavation of Hob's Barrow very soon. Until then, have a great time.